Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here, and I want to talk about what to do while in port in St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now, if you haven't been on a cruise before, maybe you've been on a cruise before, what you need to do is prepare ahead so that you can best maximize your time while in port, because typically a cruise ship isn't in port for that long. So if you don't plan ahead or if you make the wrong decisions, it can result in a less than pleasant experience, because you may spend most of your time waiting for a rental car, which I would never recommend a rental car, or you may spend your time planning after you've already arrived, and that's time lost on shore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what I would recommend doing in St. Thomas while you're in port. And obviously this assumes that you want to get off the ship, which I would strongly recommend, because St. Thomas is a great place. There's a few options that you may want to consider, the ones that I would definitely recommend. And I'm going to show a map here at the end, but I want to go ahead and give you a high-level overview of what those options may be. Now, if you want to go to the beach, there's several beaches that are close by to the cruise ship port in St. Thomas. Now, one of those is Morning Star Beach. You may also is commonly also referred to as the Marriott Frenchman's Resort, because that's the beach right beside the Marriott. It's a very nice beach. There's restaurants and bars right on the beach. So if you want to get something to eat and enjoy the water, it's a great place. Really white and soft sand, but it is crowded. And it does have, because of the location on the island, it does have some decent sized waves. So if you're looking for the Caribbean type beach where there's very small waves, it's almost just kind of like flat water, probably what you would want to do in that scenario would be to go to Lindquist Beach, also known as Smith Bay Park, which is just a little bit north of Red Hook on the eastern side of St. Thomas. Red Hook's where the ferry is that goes to St. John. Or you may want to go to Maggins Bay. And if you're looking just for a beach day, I would highly recommend Maggins Bay, because it's kind of in a valley type thing. There's a hill here and there's a hill here, and then there's water. It's really cool looking scenery, and it's a big beach. It's remote. It doesn't have a hotel on it. I mean, I think there's like a small hotel or something, but it's a very natural looking beach. But with that said, it's not just a very super short, I mean, it's not long, but it's not a super short taxi ride like the Morning Star Beach at the Marriott Frenchman's would be. So if you're wanting to mix up your day, maybe you want to do, maybe you don't want to do the beach all day. If you want to do the beach all day, I would highly recommend Maggins Bay, or taking a taxi, so a taxi or a bus from the cruise ship port to Maggins Bay, or go over to Smith Bay Park, also known as Lindquist Beach, on the eastern tip. And just expect to spend most of your day on the beach and leave little time for other activities. If you want to mix in some duty-free shopping, maybe for t-shirts, jewelry, watches and rings and that sort of thing, what I would recommend then is that if you do a beach in conjunction with it, I would probably for sure do a Morning Star Beach, and then I would take the taxi from there to Charlotte Amalie Waterfront. They'll know what you're talking about, and that's the best shopping. There are some shops right when you get off the cruise ship. Some of those are all right. There's some high-end shops at the marina right beside the cruise ship. That's just luxury shopping. But if you want the really good stuff, in my opinion, you want to go to the waterfront area in Charlotte Amalie. And there's just streets and streets full of shops, everything from t-shirts to high-end Swiss watches, jewelry, diamonds and tanzanite and all of that sort of stuff. So it's a good way to duty-free shop. Now you can even walk there from the cruise ship port. So let's go ahead and let's flip over now to the map. I want to show everybody the map of where I was talking about. So now when you're looking at the map, I've zoomed in here. This is St. Thomas right here. And then off to the other side is St. John. Now, and that's something I wanted to bring up too. I would not recommend going to St. John while in port on a cruise. But if you did do it, I would definitely recommend getting scheduling it rather through the cruise ship, some sort of water ferry over there, maybe something the cruise ship provides, a catamaran or something like that. But ultimately, I would probably stay on St. Thomas just to maximize your amount of time while in port. So let's zoom in here. So where is your cruise ship going to be geographically? Your cruise ship is likely going to be, now sometimes they'll dock out, or not dock, but they'll drop anchor out here. But most of the time you're going to be right in here. And then if you've heard of Haven Site, these are the Haven Site stores right by the cruise ship. But you can see in this Google Earth right here, there's actually a cruise ship that was there when this was captured. So let's just give a visual layout of where things are. So that's your cruise ship. If you went to Morningstar Beach, you can see how close that is. That's it right there, Morningstar Bay. And that's the Marriott Frenchman's right there on the tip. So you can see from a distance perspective, that's a very short taxi or bus ride. Now Magens Bay, now I'm going to zoom out for a little bit, is significantly further. It's right over here on the other side of the island. But again, it's not too far. So a taxi or a bus from the cruise ship port would be great. Very nice beach right there. I'll zoom in. You can see that these hills I was talking about. This is like a hill over here, and then this is a big hill, and then the beach is right down nestled in that valley. So just and you can even see by this satellite imagery that there's just a lot of trees and stuff down there. I mean, it's a very remote beach that I would highly recommend. Now, if you're looking for a little bit longer taxi ride or bus ride, you could go from your cruise ship port in Charlotte Amalie and go all the way to the eastern side of the island here. And that'll put you in this area. This right here, this area is Red Hook. So this is where the ferry to St. John would be, the car ferry and the people ferry. Again, I would not recommend that while in port for a cruise. If I was going to do St. John, I would actually recommend renting a vacation home over there. That's the best way to do it in my opinion. But if you go over here to Red Hook, and then you go to Smith Bay Park, also known as Lindquist Beach, you can see there's even a picture right here, I think. Yeah, see, there's a picture that somebody posted on Google Earth. But just a very nice beach. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it in more detail. Very natural, very secluded beach. So if you don't want the more busy beach like you're going to get at Morningstar Beach, and you want something that's more natural and maybe not Magens Bay, which is awesome, but something that's a little bit longer bus or taxi ride, you may want to check out Lindquist Beach, also known as Smith Bay Park. Now, if you go along this way, there's another beach called Cokie Beach, right up here. I'm not a huge fan of it, but if you do go to Cokie Beach, there's a thing there called Perfection Connection. They make these really good frozen drinks. Quite possibly the best frozen drink I had in the Virgin Islands. Very good drink. But that's what I would recommend. And check out my videos. I've got a few thousand videos from the various places. I know right now I've got a few hundred from the U.S. Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands. But drop me a line if you have any specific questions. I go there quite a bit, so I'm familiar with the terrain. And something else I want to show you. if you didn't even want to take a taxi or a bus, what you can do, and this isn't, don't worry, it's safe. I mean, just use your common sense like anywhere. But you can walk from the cruise ship to the waterfront shopping in Charlotte Amalie if you just want to get some exercise and see the scenery. So let's zoom in and I can show you. So from the cruise ship port, just walk down. There's a little waterfront walkway right here through these. These are those high-end retail shops I was telling you about. You can walk through there, and then there's like a little trail that goes through here. You can see the road right there, but you can just follow this trail. All you do is follow the waterfront. Very safe walk, and then boom. There's a big parking lot. This is what they call the Federal Building, which is, I guess, a police station. So once you get to it, you'll see a big parking lot. And once you see that big parking lot and keep walking, you'll come to, there's some vendors right here in this area. Just a bunch of local items you can buy in these tents. But if you keep on walking, here's all your stores up here. Everything from high-end luxury wristwatches to jewelry to t-shirts, chocolates. Just look at all those shops. So that's where I would recommend going to shop. And again, you can easily walk from your cruise ship to there. And that's about it at a high level. I mean, St. Thomas is a wonderful place. Drop me a line if you have any specific questions. I'm always happy to answer. And most importantly, be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.